Hello. Today we will discuss about array lists in Java. What are array lists? Array lists are one of the data structures we have from Java collections. See, we first of all we need to discuss what is the difference between an array and an array list. Okay. See. If we use an array, we can store any number of elements, but those should belong to the same data type. Okay, if we see at the definition of the array is some data structure. It is capable of storing a number of elements, and the data type should be same for all the elements. And if you define an array with a size, means you cannot change the size later. Okay, so you cannot extend the size of an array, or you cannot shrink the size of the array. But if we use the array list, we can have some advantages, like we can save we can store different elements of different data types in array lists. So array lists are capable of storing different data typed elements, and we can also store any number of elements even we define an array list with an initial size. That means the size of an array list can be increased or decreased at the runtime. Okay, see, these are the differences between arrays and array lists. How we can save different data typed element, means that is possible because array list stores the data in the form of objects. So whenever we save some data, that will be stored as an object, and whenever we want to validate some data from the array list, we have to convert them to integers or strings or characters or like that. Okay, see, now we will see at some example of an array list. See, this is an array list. I already developed some code for demonstrating the array list. If you see this, an array list can be defined using any of the constructor. See, a new array list can be declared using one of its constructor. I think there are 3 constructors are there for defining a new array list. I am using an empty constructor of array list. So I declared array list a1 equals to new array list. Okay, so a1 is my new array list here, and in the first line what I am doing is I am just printing the size of the array list. If you observe at this line, you can see the size method. Okay, see, size is a method which is defined for array list, and it will provide you with the size of the array list. You can think that is similar to the length property of length of an array. Okay, so the total number of array elements in the array list will be returned by the size method. See, I commented out all the code, and if you run this code, you can see that, see, I executed the code and it will create a new array list a1, and it will print the initial size. See, the initial size is 0 because there are no elements in the array list. And this is another method which is used for array list, that the add method. Okay, see, the add method is used for adding the elements into array list. Okay, so by using the add method, you can add some elements into your array list, and you will be having with different add methods, like if you type the name of the array list and dot add. See here, an add method with object e, this is a single parameter, and we have 2 overloaded methods. See, 2 versions of add method. In the first one, we are just adding some object, and this will add a new element at the end of the array list. See, if we have an array list which is having 5 elements already, and if we add another element, that will be appended at the last at the end of the array list. And this is another method, that this is the overloaded version of add method, in which we will pass the index at which we want to store the new element. Okay, see the index and the object element. Okay, you need to pass two parameters over there so that the new element will be added at the provided index. See, these are the two methods. See, a1 dot add of 2, this will add an object 2 into our array list, and this will add a character, and this will add a string. And see, here I use the overloaded version of add method, and this line will add 100 into our array list at the index 2. Okay, at index 2 this element is going to be added. See, if we see this will be stored at array list of 0. Remember, similar to arrays, array list is also 0-base index. Okay, so this one, the number 2 is going to be stored at 0th index of a1, and this will be saved at first index of a1 and second index of a1. And here I added 100 again, but I have given the index as 2, so it will rearrange the array list, because 100 will be added at second index, and the current array list will be adjusted according to its size. So this string will be at index 3 now onwards. Okay, after adding this one. See, this is how we will use the add method. And how to print the elements of an array list means we just need to use the name of the array list, just like a variable. See, this one I just have written some elements in the array list, some rough line here. After that we have system.out.println a1. I am just printing the array list. If you run this code, see, you can observe that, see, this is array list 2A, 100 and Anandita. These are data of different data types. Okay, see, this one is got added at index 2, and remaining are added as per the order we have given in the program. And we will see at another method, that is set method. Okay, set method is used for replacing an element at some position in array list. Okay, see, if you want to replace any of the element, for suppose I want to replace my 100 with some element. Okay, so I need to use the set method, so that the set method will delete the existing element, will insert the new element we are going to pass. See, I am using the set method here. A1 dot set 1 comma selenium means I want to replace the index 1, the element which is existing at index 1, and the new item to be saved is a string, and the value is selenium. Okay, so from now onwards, if we execute this program, the element at 1, the current element is a. Okay, see, 0 and 1, so that will be replaced by selenium. And after replacing an element in array list 1, I again printed the array list. See, let us see. I executed the code, and you can observe that, see, this is the initial array list, and I replaced the element at index 1. Okay, and a is replaced by the string selenium. Okay, so this is how we are going to use the set method. And how to retrieve the values from array list. Okay, to retrieve the values, the elements stored in the array list, we use the get method of an array list. Okay, see, there is a get method which is used for printing the data, retrieving the data from an array list. For example, I will write system.out.println and some junk characters. After that I will retrieve a1 dot get. Okay, see, and get, it requires one parameter. The parameter is in index. Okay, see, the element you want, whatever the index you want. Okay, so you can provide any index here, so that the element which is residing at the provided index will be retrieved. See, if you execute this one, see, 100 got printed. So the element which is residing at index 2, 0, 1 and 2, see, second index got printed. See, this is how we will retrieve the individual elements from an array list. And how to print all the elements in an array list? I just want to print all the elements which are residing in an array list. For that, ideally we should use the iterator method of any collection. Okay, but we will discuss about the iterator method later. For now I am retrieving all the elements using for loops. Okay, so you can traverse through the array list using the loops concept. Okay, so here I am just traversing through, see this one, I am looping through the array 1, that is array list 1 dot a1 dot size, and I am retrieving the ith index. Okay, so I will execute this one. So using get method I have printed this one, see, 2 Selenium, 100 and Anandita, all the elements got printed. Okay, so how to retrieve the elements from an array list means, for that we need to use the get method of an array list. And we have another method that is called clone. See, clone is used for just making a copy of the array list into a new array list. Okay, see, I want to clone the existing array list into some other array list in the same order. Okay, so if you use, see, this is how we will use the clone method. See, I am taking a new array list here, a2. Okay, array list a2 equals to, I am just cloning a1 here. Okay, now a2 will be assigned with the values existing in a1 in the exact order. Okay, in the same order, a1 elements will be going to a2. Okay, and here I am just printing the a2. If we execute this code, you can observe, see, this is a2, the elements from a1 are copied to a2 in the same order. You can also notice that the elements are saved in the same order. See, this is just a print, just a copy, Xerox, or you can say that as a clone. Okay, just a1 got cloned to a2 here. Okay, and there might be some situations where you want to know whether some element is existing in the given array list or not. So you want to validate that a provided element is there or not in the array list. For that we have the contains method, and this is of return type boolean. Okay, so boolean contains method is there. This is how we will use the contains method. The array list name dot contains of some element. So it will check whether the provided argument, the element is existing in the given array list or not. So it will return either true or false. It will return true if the element is found in the given array list, and it will return false if the given element is not existing in the array list. See, I have written 2 lines of code here for just making sure it will print true and false both. See, I am verifying here whether 1000 is there or not in the array list 1. See, we know that 1000 is not there, so it will return false. The expected result for this is false, and this should return true because we have the string Anandita in our array list. Okay, let us execute this and we will make sure that, see, contains method a1 contains 1000. Okay, this one a1 contains 1000, yes, false. That means 1000 is not found in the given array list, and a1 contains Anandita and it returned true because we found the string Anandita is found in the given array list. And You may also have this requirement such that you need to know at which position some element is present in your array list. Okay, see, for example, if we take some element in our array list, that is 100, so I just want to know at what position 100 is residing in the given array list. So to know that, we need to use the index of method of array list. Okay, see, this is the method, and array list name, the name of the array list dot index of, and the element, you need to provide the element, and it will get the index, it will get the position in which at which the given element is present. If you run this code, you can observe the provided string is residing at index 3. Okay, see, and after that I am just adding some element using the add method. After that I am just printing the array list again. After that I printed the size of the array. Yes, after that I printed, see, in this line I just want to know the index of the element 2. See, if you run this, the array size got increased. See, so index of 2 in array list 1 is 0. See, here 2 is there. See, I printed the array list here in this line, and you can observe there are 2 2's in the given array list. The element 2 is present 2 times in the given array list. So you may also want to retrieve the index where the given element is present from the end of the array list. Okay, so that is nothing but the last index. Okay, you are having the last index of method to know that. So it will return the index from the last, okay, from the end of the array list. If you execute this, in the first line the normal index of 2 is 0, and from the end the last index of 2 is 4th position. Okay, 4. See, 0, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See, this is the index of the given element 2. And you may require you may want to delete some elements from a given array list. For that, we will use the remove method of an array list. So remove will will delete an element from the array list based on the index you have provided. See, if you observe at a1 dot remove method, you can see there are 2 methods. See, we have 2 versions of remove method. For one, you can provide the index, it will remove the element based on the index, or you can directly provide the object also. And in this context, I am removing the value at 0th index. After that, again I am printing the elements in the array list A1, and here I just after removing. Okay, see, I am writing as after removing, and here I am making one rough line so that will be separated from the previous code. Okay, so after removing, see, I have removed the 0th index. See, that is 0, and 0th index 2 got deleted and the array list got rearranged. And we have another method, clear method, which will delete all the elements from the given array list. But remember, if you want to delete all the elements by using the remove method itself, not by using the clear, then it is very useful, and it will be more faster if you delete the elements from the end of an array list instead of starting the loop from the beginning of the array list. You remove the elements from the end of the array list. Why? Because it is a performance issue. Because if you remove an element at the index 0, what it will does is, see, it will remove the element at 0 and it will rearrange the existing elements. Okay, so the 0th element is removed, the first element will be moved to 0, and second to 1, third to so on, nth index to n minus 1 index. So this process should be executed for all the elements in the array list. Okay, and at the end it should shrink the size as n minus 1, the size minus 1. So instead of doing that, if we remove the elements from the end, the only task for this is remove the element and shrink the size to minus 1. That's it. No need of rearranging the elements. Okay, this is the advantage of removing the elements from the end of an array list. And what I have done here is, see this, here I just printed the array list 2 and the size of array list 2. After that I have called the clear method of the array list. Okay, so clear method will remove all the elements from the array list, and after that again I printed the elements from array list, the size of the array list. Here the size will be something, might be this one, see 0, 1, 2, 3, right, 4. The size will be 4 here, and here the size will be 0. That is the expected, and let us confirm that by executing the code. See, yes, the initial size of array list 2 is 4, and after calling the clear method you can write something after clear. Yes, I have already written, right, after clear the size of the array list becomes 0. Okay, see, these are the different methods we are going to use on array list. And remember, what are the differences between array and array list means, using arrays you can store the elements of same data type, and using array list you can save the elements of different data types. Okay, and an array size cannot be modified in runtime. Okay, of course you can provide the size of the array at runtime. Of course you can say that as a dynamic array, but you cannot modify, you cannot shrink, or you cannot extend the size of the array at runtime. But that is possible for array list. Even if you declare an array list with initial size as some n or some 5, you can store 10 elements in runtime. Okay, see, the array list will take care of extending the size. Okay, those are capable of storing n number of elements. If you delete an element, the size will automatically reduced by 1. Okay, this is how we will use the array list in Java. And remember, there is no restriction for duplicates. Okay, you can save the duplicates in the array list. Thank you.